When we walk in here, everybody in here should be smiling. We all got a job. We're doing something. We're covering the greatest game in the world, the National Football League. And if you're not excited about that, there's something wrong with you.
I do think he embodies like the Raider way as far as in your face. I'm going to say it how it is. We're going to have energies. We're an energy and a badassness about us, right?
You're fired! Okay.
If you are a Las Vegas Raiders fan, you are probably crazy happy right now. Exciting moments when your head coach gets fired. It's a weird feeling. It's a weird concept to really grasp. I mean, a grown man lost his job and his means to income, but it's justifiable, right? We don't really like to do the whole pity party thing. Like, it sucks that you lost your job, Josh McDaniels. It really blows. We get it. But you had a standard that you did not succumb to at all. You had an expectation to bring glory to Las Vegas Raiders fan base. And what I've learned from our older Raiders video that we did, first of all, I got to say, guys, thank you so much for your comments. So encouraging. I'm going to say that first. Second, this is still an Oakland Raiders identity, a California Oakland Raiders identity. Antonio Pierce, the new head coach, who is from Compton, California, who is from that city of emotion. He grew up a Raiders fan, your new head coach. We're going to talk about him a little bit later. But right now, we got to talk about the firings of Josh McDaniels and GM Dave Ziegler. You guys did a really bad job. Like horrible. And this is what helps with my empathy. This is what helps with the fact that, like, I feel bad that you lost your job, but it's all justified. It's not like you went 16-9 and lost your job. No, you went 9-16 in a major marketplace. You have a time clock to be successful. It's simple as that. 9-16 in 2 years, well, a year and a half is disgusting. It's unfortunate. Last year, he went 6-11. This year, he's 3-5. And the losses tell a story. Each loss is a story of embarrassment. It's not like you guys are having these nail-biting close losses. You miss an extra point and you lose by one, or you fight to the death and the other team makes an amazing field goal. No, it's both teams step on the field, and for some reason, you guys almost barely win, or you get the doors blown off of you. And I want everybody that is watching this video to remember when I said embarrassing losses. Week 1, you beat the Broncos 17-16. As I see things kind of today, we would probably call that an embarrassing win. But hey, it's week 1. It happens. It's whatever. You won the game. That's all that matters. Week 2, 38-10 by the Bills. You lose. Harsh reality. 38-10, a 28-point swing. That's embarrassing in the National Football League. And then you lose to the Steelers, 23-18. I don't know who holds the Steelers in a high, amazing light. I personally don't. Great defense. Offensively, it's disgusting. And then look at this beauty. You guys go on this 2-game win streak, beating the Packers 13-17, and then beating the Patriots 17-21. And it looks like there's a little bit of a groove going on. It looks like something's happening. And then the next week, against the Bears, you lose 12-30. 18 points that the Chicago Bears put on you. That is embarrassing. I can only imagine being a Raiders fan, and it's like you're not mad that you lost the game. You get it. Your team's in a certain spot. That's not where the frustration and the anger is coming from. It's the fact you have Max Crosby, who's a dog. You have Devontae Adams, who's a dog. You have Josh Jacobs, who's a dog. You have so many amazing complementary players on your roster. Trevon Merrick, I like him a lot. But guess what? We can't really see his amazingness and how great he really is because you're getting washed out time and time again. Embarrassed on national television. So I would say it this way. I am happy that Josh McDaniels is gone because a faithful franchise, a franchise that we can tell through our comment section, really cares about this team. And Antonio Pierce is bringing legitimate joy and is bringing hope. And he himself has talked about that Raiders edge, like you're born to be a Raider. And no, there's like a dang near bloodline to becoming a Raiders fan. So even if you're like, you weren't born in Oakland or you weren't born in California, it's like a calling for you to be a Raiders fan. And so that's just what I personally believe. And before we get to Antonio Pierce, guys, I do want to tell y'all that the likes and the comments and the subscriptions that we got really helped us out a lot. Please just go ahead and do that again right now. Just click on the like, click on the subscribe, and we're good. Thank you so much. You fed my family. And what Antonio Pierce is going to bring, it's gonna be a legitimate championship experience as a player. Like Antonio Pierce won the Super Bowl with the New York Giants. We all remember this. He was a Pro Bowler in 2006. We all know this. At once upon a time, he was one of them ones in the National Football League. And so for this past year, he was the linebackers coach for the Las Vegas Raiders. And so what this story is already painting for me, it's a few things. A, get ready for this defense to take another jump, to take another leap, and he's going to be able to relate way better to the players than a Josh McDaniels did. And that's the thing about him. Like Max Crosby has always kind of talked to McDaniels in a light of respect. Like he's a good dude, but there's still that player-to-player approach that he's never going to connect with his guys. Antonio Pierce, being a former NFL All-Pro and Super Bowl champion as a player, is going to know how to talk and communicate with his team on a different level, okay? And I have high hopes for this team. And of course, Dave Ziegler, you deserve to be fired too. And I mean, you're a GM, so it's like, it's really hard for me to kind of have any pity for you. I kind of think GMs in general kind of just get the job off of a whim. I really don't even understand how GMs get their job, honestly. None of them actually ever play football. But they know how to put a roster together, at least some of them do. You shipped away, Ziegler, you shipped away Darren Waller, a prominent tight end in the National Football League. And look, I like Michael Mayer, but he's no Darren Waller yet. No flag to Mayer. I love how physical he is. I saw that hit on special teams. He's a dog. I like him a lot. But you got to win now when you make big moves like that. You shipped away Derek Carr. You got in Jimmy G. You got to win now when you do things like that. You don't get a bunch of time. You don't get space to make impactful trades or impactful departures on your roster. And then you just say, oh, I'll have 4, 5 to 10 years to figure this out. No, buddy. Now. I like what Antonio Pierce has said in his press conference. If you're a real Raiders fan, I definitely challenge you to go listen to all of it in its entirety. He brings a lot of hope. Me hearing him speak, I believed in every word he said. It has to translate to wins. Mark Davis, do not be a moron. Do not be an idiot. Do not be stupid, and do not have your fan base pissed off at you, okay? Mark Davis, if Antonio Pierce somehow gets this team close to the playoffs, makes the playoffs, whether it be wild card, I don't know. I don't think anything's gonna happen. If he has impressive wins, I want that interim to be kicked off, and don't just try to get in another head coach. If Antonio Pierce does a great job and there is promise, I want you to make him the head coach. Antonio Pierce does not have the typical coaching uniform, okay? Aesthetically, let's just keep it a bean, right? Let's just keep it a stack. But if he brings in the W's like Bisaccia did, I think Bisaccia should have gotten a shot. You're going to piss off your fan base. If Antonio Pierce does his job and brings life back into this team, you will have to make him the head coach and then hold him accountable. Hold him accountable. If he wins, he keeps his spot. If he starts to lose, if he starts to fall off, in fairness, he gets a 6-11 start and then a 3-5 start too. He gets 9-16 cushion, okay? Because this guy hasn't coached before. He should be given a little bit of leeway. So if he exceeds expectations, don't be stupid. Don't overthink it. Don't think he cannot do it long term. This is going to be the future. I think the future will be all former players as head coaches, and this could be the beginning. So I'm happy for Antonio and his family, along with Champ Kelly, the new GM. He was the assistant general manager. Now he is the general manager, so he co-signed on the Waller thing. I don't know, right? He had to co-sign on the Derek Carr, on the bringing Jimmy G in. So I'm not gonna talk him up like he's a dude. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna put myself in a compromising position. But he seemed nice, seems like a good dude. But you got to bring in wins. This is still an Oakland Raider franchise. All right. I understand it's in Vegas today, but this is an Oakland Raider bloodline. I'm never going to forget that. I'm not going to forget that. And I'm going to keep saying it. No flack to the Las Vegas fan base. This is still your team too. I'm not flacking y'all, but you got to understand you have an Oakland Raider team in Las Vegas. And until a Super Bowl is had or something great happens, maybe we can change it to a lot. But I'm not the mayor of that decision. I'm going to leave that up to the Raider folks. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Thank you so much.